Shanti. Peace and joy. This is the goal of every human being. Man strives for this happiness by satisfying the physical, emotional, and intellectual aspects of his personality. He thinks that by gathering more and more money, name, fame, and such other acquisitions, he can be permanently happy. Every time he acquires something new, he feels that happiness momentarily, but he forgets that this momentary joy came only after a lot of anxiety and pain in acquiring the thing he wanted. And again, no sooner does he get it and feels that happiness, the fear of losing that thing comes in. This sort of restlessness continues on and on. Unfortunately, the man never bothers to remember the pain that came before and after the momentary pleasure. He takes it for granted that the pleasure came to him through the outside object that he acquired. That is why he runs after more and more things with the hope of getting more and more pleasure. Even that little thing he acquired is not used properly for the benefit of the humanity because of his selfish nature. In this modern age, we have invented many things. We are able to reduce space and time. We travel fast. We communicate even to the moon. We have computerized almost everything. We probe into the minutest particle of the matter, and we are able to use the force hidden within. With all these so-called advancements, we do not seem to have found peace and harmony. Every time a desire comes into the mind, the peace is disturbed. It is something like a stone falling into the still waters of a lake to create waves. When a desire enters into the peaceful mind, it disturbs the mind by creating a depression. That is why we often hear people saying that I am disturbed and depressed. After putting some effort in getting what he wants, he says that he has fulfilled the desire or the depression created by the desire. Then the mind regains its peace. This peace is the true nature of every individual. This is what is called awareness, consciousness, inner self, or the image of God. This state is divine. This is nirvana. This is the kingdom of God. Until this direct realization is attained, the ego, or the reflection of the self over the mind, takes the place of the true self and identifies itself with the body, mind, possessions, surroundings, and the like. With this sort of identification comes the feeling that I am a man, I am a woman, I am white, I am black, I am happy, I am unhappy, I am rich, I am poor, I am an American, I am an Australian, and so on and on to create hundreds of divisions. By proper self-analysis, one could realize one's own pure nature to rest in eternal peace. With such realization, he will become the master of his possessions, but never a slave. He will live in the world as a liberated man, like a boat in the water. A boat in the water floats itself and floats others also from shore to shore. But imagine the condition if the boat, by its weakness, allows the water to get into it. It could never save the people nor itself. This process of self-analysis, or the effort to know one's own self, is a direct path known as the Jnana Yoga, or the yoga through wisdom. Of course, this direct approach is possible only when the reasoning mind is very sharp and clear and undisturbed by the restless thoughts. This necessitates a good control over the mind. To gain this control, meditation is to be practiced. The process of meditation is to fix the mind on a chosen object or an idea or a sound. The object selected for meditation must be the one that ultimately defines the mind and makes it calm. Improper choice for meditation will lead into further restlessness. While learning meditation, the mind may often run into different areas. Every time one becomes aware of it, he should gently bring it back to the object of meditation. The very effort of bringing the mind again and again back to the meditation is termed concentration. Concentration becomes easy if one takes good care of controlling the different senses through which the mind experiences its sensual pleasures. Withdrawal of the senses from their objects is known as pratyahara. Pratyahara develops the will and the discriminating capacity of the individual. Withdrawal of senses, concentration, and meditation, or in Sanskrit terminology, pratyahara, dharana, and dhyana, are the main practices in the royal path, or Raja Yoga. These practices are built up over the foundation of ethical perfection. This ethical code that is given in Raja Yoga is almost similar to the 10 Commandments given in the Holy Bible. They are non-violence, non-stealing, non-lying, celibacy, and non-craving. They form one group which is called Yama. Purity, contentment, austerity, study of scriptures, and dedication to the Lord form the second group called Niyama. When Yama and Niyama are practiced in the midst of the daily life, mind becomes clean and calm. Meditation is also performed on a mystic sound, which is called a mantram. This path is called Japa Yoga. Japa means repetition. Mantram is a sound structure of one or more syllables which represent a particular aspect of the cosmic vibration. Concentrated mental repetition of the mantram produces the corresponding vibration within the individual system. These vibrations, when they become strong and powerful, will get in tune with the same kind of vibrations of the cosmic sound. This This will enable the practitioner to draw an unlimited amount of the quality of which his mantram stands for. This extraordinary power of Japa Yoga demands the selection of the correct mantra. Because in the cosmic field, there are positive and negative vibrations. They have the power to make or break. With the repetition of the correct mantra, we will be able to attract the divine qualities. If the mantra is not chosen correctly, it could bring danger and untold miseries. God expresses himself as the cosmic sound. This truth is revealed and expressed by all the prophets, sages, and saints. In the beginning, there was the Word. The Word was with God. The Word was God, is the saying in the Holy Bible. The Hindu Vedas call this as the Nada Brahma, or the sound absolute. Mandukya Upanishad, which is the crest jewel among all other 108 Upanishads of the Hindu religion, talks solely about this sound. Of course, when the cosmic sound is brought into the limitations of spoken word, it gets different expressions according to the individual who expresses it. That is why we hear the same sound expressed as Om, Amen, Ameen, and so on. But let us not forget the truth. It is only in expression by the human minds and languages they differ, and not in its essence. Once this truth is realized, we will be able to see the unity in diversity. The direct approaches so far mentioned may not be quite suitable for the people who have a devotional outlook. Generally, they are very much emotional and they use their heart in their daily life. They are the people who do not bother to reason out everything, but just to love everything. If they could extend that love to the entire creation and to the Lord who created it, that becomes universal love or devotion. One could be devoted either to God or to one's own spiritual teacher who gives him the insight. Then he dedicates all his thoughts, feelings, and actions in serving them. By such an attitude, they free themselves from the selfishness. Thus, they could keep their mind calm and clean. This path of devotion or Bhakti Yoga can be practiced by everyone. All that is needed is faith and constant loving remembrance of God and Guru. The devotees of the Lord sing and chant the names of the Lord to feel the ecstasy of his presence. This is called Sankirtan, which forms a part of Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti does not come in with mere outward symbols. Together with this, a great change of mind is needed. Let us listen to the definition of a bhakta or a devotee as given in the Bhagavad Gita by the Lord himself. He who has hatred towards no life, but friendship and compassion, he who has no thought of I or mine, who is equal in the dualities of pain and pleasure, who is the image of patience, who is ever content and eager in the yogic life, who is firmly established in his Atman, or in his higher self, who has surrendered both mind and intellect to me, he, O Arjuna, is the Bhakta most dear to me. He who does not trouble the world and who is not troubled by the world, who is free from great joy, anger, fear, and mental restlessness, is dear to me. He who is equal in enmity and friendship, fame and defamation, heat and cold, pleasure and pain, praise and blame, who is without attachment, who is content with what he has, who keeps nothing for himself, and who is steady in mind, he, O Arjuna, is the devotee most dear to me. Friends, it is time we considered why in all these lines the Lord did not mention even a single word about outward symbols or rituals. Of course, he never denied them, but it is clear that rituals without mental fitness will not give the maximum benefit. Sometimes the rituals performed without understanding the principles or significance may even lead into more bondage. For instance, when a Hindu breaks many coconuts in front of the altar and expresses his pride over having done so, the very act loses its entire value. For the breaking of the coconut signifies the breaking of one's ego. If the ego is going to enter into the sacred ritual of breaking the coconut itself, then where is the salvation for him? When an individual loves the entire creation wholeheartedly, he cannot stay quiet without extending his arms in service. Such a service knows no bargain or disappointment, because in bargaining we expect some sort of return. That means we make appointments with selfish reasons, and when we do not achieve what we want, we say we are disappointed. What is the cause for our disappointment? Is it not our own appointment? Therefore, make no appointment and have no disappointment. Even the term love is very much misused. Passion for sensual enjoyment is given the sacred name love. Love should bring comfort to the one who gives and to the one who receives, and discomfort to none. For example, the love of one's own creed, country, language, or religion should not bring quarrels and wars with other people. Service with universal love and sacrifice of personal interest is called the path of action, or karma yoga. If everybody learns to lead the life of a karma yogi, this very world will be a heaven, the God's kingdom. There will be supreme peace and perfect happiness on earth. Now, just a few thoughts about the body, which is the real vehicle with which we will be able to practice and enjoy the benefits of all the different yogas mentioned before. The bodily postures or the asanas, deep relaxation, breath control or the pranayamas, and the various cleansing processes known as the kriyas, if done with proper concentration, help a lot in keeping the body supple and relaxed. They help in curing physical illness and having radiant health and vitality. This is achieved through Hatha Yoga. should not forget the importance of proper diet. Diet should be free from toxins and it should be easily digestible. There should be sufficient nutrition to sustain the body. It should not overstimulate the body and mind. A well-blended combination of all these different specific methods to cater to the physical, emotional, intellectual, and spiritual aspects of the individual is integral yoga. The goal of integral yoga is a body of perfect health and strength, mind with all clarity, calmness, and control, intellect as sharp as a razor, will as strong as steel, heart full of love and mercy, life dedicated to the common welfare and the realization of one's own true nature or the divine within. May all attain this goal to have and to give peace and joy. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunattu Sahaviryam Karavavagai Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Loka Samasta Shukino Bhavantu. May the entire world find peace and joy. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you so much.